Hey guys, how's it going? Cigar Buff coming at you with another video. This video is on how to clean your knife. In this case, a Spyderco Tenacious. It's just going to be disassembly and everything. And by cleaning, I mean, well, anyone can clean the blade and stuff like the way it is. But in behind the pivot, if you get gunk in the pivot, there's gunk in mine. I used it the other day outdoors and it got a little rough. Also, you'll get a lot of fuzzies in between here, or as Superfly calls it, boofungus. And I like to disassemble and take it apart and clean it. So all you'll need is a screwdriver, T6 and a T8. T6 is for the disassembly screws, like all around, and the T8's for the pivot. So I'm gonna most likely fast forward this part because it's boring taking out screws. No one wants to watch that, right? I don't know, maybe you do, but then again, it might be real fast. Maybe I won't have to fast forward. I'm pretty much almost done here. The last one's going to be on this little stud, if you will. I'll show you in a sec. It's not a... So there we go. So there's those three removed, okay guys? You got 1, 2, 3, they're gone. So that's that. Let me move this. Next is the pivot. So we're going to take the T6 out, put in the T8. This is a cheapy Harbor Freight little precision screwdriver set, or Prince Otto, depending on where you're from. You don't have to take off the clip unless you want to clean that, but yeah, see all that gunk on there? It's kind of gross, but you see that? So I want to clean all that crap off. Don't lose the screws. That would really suck. Anyways, then this comes up and out, just like so. And there's nothing to go flying, which is nice. Except for this phosphorus bronze washer. You got to be careful with that. There it is there. You can see it. You don't want to lose that. And as you can see all the gunk in there. So I'm going to put this washer to the side. Now there is going to be other ones where the blade is. Can you see that? Let me zoom in for you. See? So I'm going to stay zoomed in for just a sec. Try and not get in your way. And this is going to come right up and out, and there's a washer there, okay, and there will be one on the other side as well. There it is there, okay guys, see that? So we're going to take both of those out. You can leave the blade ones over here and the pivot ones over there, it doesn't really matter. These do wear out, so just keep that in mind. Now the pivot will come out with just pushing it out the other side, just like so. Take it out, your other washers are going to fall out, and that's it. You want to clean those, lube them up, that's what I like to do. But look, see guys? See all the gunk and stuff that gets in there? Pretty disgusting, right? So I'm going to use some Ballistol, because I love this stuff. You guys know that already if you've been around for a bit. And now, I have the aerosol too, but unfortunately it's behind the camera. Guys, watch this too. This is your little stop pin. Sorry about that, guys. Phone was going bananas, but you have a little blade stop pin, that little guy there. Don't lose that. You lose that, you're gonna have a pretty crappy day, because when your blade opens, that's what it hits here, and if that's not there, your blade's gonna want to go all the way. It's just not a good thing. So anyways, sprayed it with some Ballistol. I'm gonna spray this with some Ballistol. This is almost finally running dry. Now don't get me wrong, I don't use Ballistol, well, I use it a lot, but I don't use it often. Does that make sense? Meaning, when I do use it, I use a lot of it because I like the product and it works well. But there's no need for me. Now, this is a sharp edge, so be careful, guys. I don't need to use it like every day, you know what I mean? Now, if this doesn't come off, you could use something harsher. You can let it sit. As you saw, I didn't even let it sit. Probably should have. Would I put this in the ultrasonic? I could, as long as I dried it off properly. But, you know, I don't even know if I have any surface rust on these parts. I don't think so. No, it's just crusties, and like I said the other day when I was using it outdoors, there was lots of stuff going on. I have some of the Lucas oil here. You guys are still zoomed in. Hopefully I'm in frame. We're going to try some of this stuff. I know it's more lubricant than a cleaner, but they say it's kind of an all-in-one. We'll see. Yeah, that works pretty good too. Like I said, guys, it's an EDC. I don't really, it's not a freaking showpiece. So I mean, just to get the majority off. So there you go. Like I said, watch edge, guys. There it is there. That came out pretty good. Sorry it's polished. You guys are probably getting blinded. So we're going to put that to the side so no one gets freaking hurt. So there's all that before. And we're going to see how it is after. Yeah, it's way better. Way, way better. Valsol works best if you leave it as well, so it can actually eat away at the dirt and grime and stuff like that. On the blade I didn't do that because, well, mainly for the sake of the video. But you can also use like a toothbrush if you want to get into tight places or scrape away some of the bigger stuff. I also have brass and nylon brushes I keep in my bag here. And those work great at this kind of stuff. You don't really scratch anything that, well, you care about anyway, because I mean, no one sees this crap. But you clean it really well, and if I show you, you guys can maybe see because you zoomed in. Look at that. She's all gone. Now there's a little speck there, which I can take off and whatever, but I mean, there we go. And that's it, guys. Now for the washers, I like to, and here they are, I like to clean them. Like just wipe them off on a rag or whatever. Shop towel I'm using here. Now these can wear out depending on the pivot and such like that. Now you do have one here. I'm going to point this out to you, okay? That is shaped. Now hopefully I don't drop this when I show it to you. But this one is shaped. See that? It's kind of oblong, oval. And this one isn't. That's beside it. Reason why is your pivot pin is in that shape. So that one goes around there. So to reassemble, okay guys, so we're going to clean off the rest of the washers. Sorry about that little interruption, but your pivot pin here, now as for the washers, I'm going to lube them when they go back in, but your pivot pin you're going to want to put in around the other side because that's the front of it, obviously. Now the pivot pin is clocked. You see that little indentation there? There, right there. It's clocked on the other side of the liner and the G10 handle. Right there. So you're going to want to line those up when you put it back together. So anyways, we're going to put the pin in there. We're going to put our first washer in here. Lube it just a little bit. Like when I mean little guys, or else it's going to ooze everywhere. A lot of guys say you don't need to lube these washers. I don't know. I do it for S&Gs. Next going to come that little pivot pin that I told you not to lose that I can't find. There it is. You're going to put her in there. Hopefully I'm not getting in your way too much here, guys. So that's in there now. Let me move you a little closer. You're going to get your blade and be careful not to, you know, screw yourself up. We're going to put in one of our washers. Now, I don't know if the oblong one goes on this side. I'm pretty sure it does. But we'll see. Not a big deal. I don't think it really... Yeah, it looks that way. So we're going to put our blade in where that stop is. There we go. There's that stop I told you about, guys, right? So if I push it up, it won't go anywhere. Let me move you guys in frame a little better. Next is our next little washer. Okay. The other one over on top of that. We're going to put our liner back on the Z-knife. Now like I said, that pivot pin's got to be lined up or else this won't go back together. And I think I'm off just a little bit, which is not a big deal. You can usually rotate it with your fingers. And with me I can't get enough purchase on it, so it's not a big deal. Just get a little mini pliers, rotate it till it's in place. And I'm close. I'm real close. Not yet. You'll know, guys. It'll slip in. And you'll be good to go. Wow, that's super close now. I'm off just a little bit. Yep. Just a little bit more. should be it. Oops. There we go. I think that's in. Let's see. Put our main pin back. Yep, it's in. It's going to pull in the pivot the rest of the way. Now we're going to tighten this for now, but this is what gives you your blade play and whether or not it feels good or too tight or too loose opening and closing. You're going to grab your 3 T6s, put them back in place. Switch out your bit, obviously, unless you have individual T6s or Torx anyway, 6s and 8s. We're going to put our 6 back. You don't want to over torque these because they will strip. So just snug. They have a little Loctite on them from factory anyway. So this is a good time to reapply it if you've taken the knife apart so many times, but I haven't. So there we go. Our knife is, let me zoom you back out a little bit. Our knife is back together, right? Now watch this. I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to start to close it. And you notice, well, you guys might, it's really hard to close. That's because of that pivot pin. So how I adjust pivot pins, whether it's right or wrong, is take my T6 out, put my T8 back because we need to adjust the pin. We're going to tighten this pretty good. Now, so as you can see, guys, it's like, I mean, it's really stiff. So let's show you that. So we're going to loosen it until we get the right play of the blade and smooth opening. So for me, that's nice. And how's the play? See, there is a little bit of side to side. So what I do is, like, I mean, ever so slightly tighten it just a little bit more till the play goes away and you're happy with the opening and closing. Just a little bit play there still. You'll get a feel for this where it's going to come natural to you. Ooh, that's real close. Just a little, like I'm talking 1/16 of a turn, if that. Will make the, you see that's a little bit stiff? Yeah, so I'm going to go back just a tiny amount of bit. There we go. Now that seems good. Yeah, there we go. And that's how I disassemble and clean my Tenacious. I'll clean the blade now and stuff while we're here, but that's it, guys. It's real simple. Do this with a lot of my folders. Spydercos come apart pretty much the same way, depending on what model you have, obviously. And that's it, guys. Make sure not to cut yourself while doing it. And there you go. Thanks. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up.